We're gonna get this one sounding Liam Neeson.
Welcome to the studio, Last Divide edition.
Take two.
Going into the studio to record this EP, we really spent a lot of time just talking amongst ourselves to just lay out some goals and talk about what we really wanted to accomplish with this release, being our debut EP. And I think like the overlying theme was just that we wanted this to be the best project that we've ever been a part of. I mean, a lot of times making a record is just a grueling process, in there for an entire work week working on your passion and your art. And man, it's just like with this group, it was just such a breeze. I think we came in with a similar mindset of, let's just pour everything we have into it and really see what we can do. Can we make something that we can all say that is the best part of music and the best release that we've ever been a part of? And I know without a shadow of a doubt that for me this is definitely the best material that I've ever written and the best project that I've ever been a part of.
We'll get a little more brightness out of this bitch if you really crack it too.
Okay.
But I don't want to change your playing style and have it be like weird hits every once in a while. So if it's not too much trouble, maybe try to get it popping in a more like cracky way.
Well, my favorite part of recording was definitely the drums. No, but it was pretty awesome. The whole experience at Morrisound is great. Spalding and Jocko, just two great guys, and they always, it feels like home. It's so cool.
I got to get the tracks up.
It's really nice because Justin, being a drummer also, I'm able to get another side or another opinion for drum tones. He even threw out a couple ideas as well on some stuff I had written, and he's just the guy is just a whiz, man. Like I just feel like he never has a bad idea. It's pretty cool, man.
Tell you what, we're gonna get this shit sounding Tom Cruise.
Kinda like that.
That's the most consistent top end.
I like in the middle, personally.
It's cool because I've been playing bass since I was 9 years old, so, majority of my life I've been, strapped up to my instrument, and, I found in other projects and in other bands, it really wasn't taken into consideration what the bassist or quote unquote, that guy could could bring to the table. And there's an amazing level of acceptance when you're hanging out with the guys and just really trying to put your minds together on creating the best musical piece. You know, forget about the individual instrument, but you know, my bass definitely has a home in The Last Divide, and I've worked really hard and collaborated with a lot of the guys on the stuff that I put down and thoughts, and it just overall was a really pleasant experience, and I'm really excited for future music.
All right, you ready? 10 or 6 count. Here we go.
Sounds good,
1,
man.
2, 3.
Every time.
Thank you, brother.
When people hear it, I think it'll be a testament to like the hard work that we put in, and you know, just the hours and, you know, late nights and practices and writing and all the files that are sent back and forth and all that stuff. And it's just it's so cool to see it come together and be in the studio for that process and watch like all of these songs come together and take a life of their own. And it's just such a cool process to be a part of with this group. Man, if I had to pick what my favorite song is, it's so tough. I think Crawl is probably my favorite. I mean, I remember like writing that song in the home studio and just sitting there one night, and some of those clean, like eerie, spooky riffs came together, and I was just like, man, this has like a special vibe about it. And when we started working on it, and like we started layering leads in and drums, and then when Will had worked on like the melodies and the vocal lines and stuff, I was just like blown away. And I think you know, that's the song that we released first as single, and everybody seemed to love it. It had such a good response, and I think for people that haven't heard it yet, that's going to be the one I think that people are going to gravitate to the most.
Well, it was exciting because when I joined up with The Last Divide, you know, the guys had a lot of the music arranged and written, and it was basically a cool scenario because you have all this great music, and it's my job to come in and kind of put the icing on the cake and complete the whole picture. And it was exciting and fun. And the challenging thing is you have, you know, this music that the guitars are going through these chord progressions, and then you have additional guitar melodies, and you want to put a vocal in that complements everything and kind of interplays with the melodies that are there. And so I tried to kind of put on my music theory hat and come up with something that makes theoretical sense, but also is, you know, brings an energy to the song and kind of takes it to that next level. It was really cool because when we were going into the studio, I would say we had the music about 98% done, and with me, my vocals were probably, you know, 98% done or so. And then once we got in there and started recording, our producer Justin really helped us realize our vision because you know, I'd be working on recording lyrics, and I might have had something where the first verse and the second verse is basically the same pattern, and Justin would suggest, hey, maybe take these notes on the second verse and go a little bit different direction with it. And so most of the time when we would try his suggestions, it would make the song better. So he kind of became like a sixth member of the band while we were in the studio, just helping us to kind of, you know, if you thought of this, think of the song as a sculpture, he's kind of coming in at the end with a very small knife and kind of fine-tuning things to get it 100% done.
Well, that's full on Roseanne Barr.
I felt like the dynamic of this band with all of us together was a lot different from a lot of, I guess, projects or musicians that I've worked with in the past, and it's just, I personally feel like it was crazy, like in the best ways. We all have our quirks, our humor, and it's like we bring a lot of professionalism to the studio, and in my personal opinion, I think that everybody individually is or are masters in their own instrument of choice, whether it be vocals, guitar, bass, drums. I really felt like I was able to dive into the music theory with my solos. I felt like I was able to really become more aggressive in a lot of the fast picking, alternate picking. There was some legatos and a little bit of sweeps going on, and I just find that stuff so enjoyable, not only to write but to play, and I feel like that really adds a lot to the music that we write.
Oh, hello. We're gonna get these leads sounding Matt Damon.
Yeah, it's just constant horse shit. But with the five of us, it's so funny. We'll take the smallest thing and just make it a big deal and just beat it to death, and it's ridiculous, you know. But what really cracks me up is how professional we are and how serious we take this stuff when it's time for business. But we always make it fun. There's never a dull moment, that's for sure. But it's just such a blast, you know. Just you know, not just being in a band with these guys, but just, you know, we're so tight as friends and whatnot. But it's I mean, I guess you'd have to experience it for yourself to really get the full scope of the bullshit that you know that comes out of our mouth, or you know, just the antics, and it's definitely a good time. That's to say the least.
Just the personal relationships we all have outside of music, like we're all like best friends and bros, and we just bring that to the table right in the studio or in the practice space, shows, just in general. We like to hang out, we like to have fun, and we love making music.
And it was really cool with this group of guys. Like the whole recording process was just such a breeze. You know, I think we all have like a similar mindset on it, and we wanted to accomplish the same thing and the same things in music. So it just, in prior experiences, sometimes things get a little bit challenging, and obviously we had disagreements with this project, of course. But I think across the board, like, it was just such a seamless process with, you know, all the writing that we did prior and putting everything together in the studio. It was so easy, and that's like a unique thing, I think, from experiences I've had in the past. So you know, it's just so cool to have such a tight-knit group of guys where we can go in and challenge each other and call each other out on if it's like, hey man, you can do that better, like get back in there. So man, it's just such a cool experience in that regard for all of us, I think.